Well, that's so silly because it's somebody's version of the truth, not the truth.
Truth is truth. I don't mean to go like...
No, it isn't truth. Truth isn't truth.
Rudy Giuliani is about as good of a person as Matt Gaetz is a babysitter.
Are you a Are you
I didn't.
Truth isn't truth. Mr. Mayor, do you realize what...
No.
This is going to become a bad meme.
Don't do this to me.
And when you see this humiliating Rudy roast coffee ad I have for you today, and Rudy subsequently getting roasted for it by the internet harder than his jet fuel can't melt steel beans roast, I think you'll agree it's the Christmas gift that nobody asked for. Now, even though the ad itself looks like it was filmed by a high school video production club, I don't know where Giuliani is getting the money for the coffee he's making or the marketing, because you'll likely remember Rudy's a broke ass.
I have no place I can go take cash out except a little bit that I saved, and it's getting down to almost nothing.
The 80-year-old former New York City mayor threw a temper tantrum after Lehman questioned why Giuliani had not yet turned over the title to his 1980 Mercedes convertible to the two Georgia election workers he defamed after the 2020 presidential election. The embattled former mayor also accused the judge of unfairly characterizing his claim that he has limited access to assets as him, quote, crying poverty to the court. I'm not impoverished. Everything I have is tied up, Giuliani claimed. I don't have a car. I don't have a credit card. I don't have cash.
The reality is, I have no cash. It's all tied up. So right now, if I wanted to call a taxi cab, I can't do it.
But even before that hilarious meltdown, Rudy was getting humiliated by everyone from us to Jimmy Kimmel for his initial implementation of this coffee scam he was using to try to make some extra cash so he didn't have to go beg outside Port Authority.
We are pretty much at the beginning of the process here at this pristine, I call it a laboratory, not like a factory, it's like a hospital. Deep grain, very good quality. Most people don't use this quality. You should know all Arabica beans. No Robusto, all Arabica. Oh my goodness, look at these. My goodness.
Today, I'm thrilled to introduce you to something I'm incredibly proud of. No, it's not my law firm, or my cigars, or my press conferences, and definitely not my son. Yuck! It's my coffee. So smooth, so rich, so chocolatey. And the perfect coffee deserves the perfect coffee maker. Introducing Broody, for coffee so delicious it should be illegal. Simply fill my head with Arabica beans. No Robusto, all Arabica. Put your cup under the brew head and watch me go. In less than a minute, you'll have coffee so rich, so bold, you could almost dye your hair with it. Broody coffee comes out piping hot, almost as hot as Borat's daughter. And for a little latte, just push the button, and I foam at the mouth. Now that's what I call a macho macchiato. Broody is the only coffee guaranteed to give you a smile as beautiful as mine. Wow, look at those pearly browns. Go to Broody.org and enter promo code IHaveNoShame for a Patriot discount. And 10% of each sale goes to third responders. Trust America's mayor, drink coffee from my hair. So do your duty and buy a Broody, the official coffee maker of the Four Seasons. Not that one, the one behind the dildo store.
All of which led us to today when Rudy released this real Christmas ad for his coffee.
Oh, Merry Christmas! What would you like for Christmas, darling?
Rudy Coffee.
Not diamonds, not a necklace?
No,
Give
just
her all
Rudy
the coffee
Coffee
she wants! Give her all the coffee she wants!
And I know that is short, but there is so much to unpack right here. We'll get to the roasting in a second, but did you hear how relieved he was when she said she didn't want a diamond necklace and instead wanted his coffee, the only thing he can afford? Like, you couldn't even script this stuff if you wanted to. But in that vein of not being able to afford anything, someone on Twitter wrote the budget was at least $72 with a screenshot of the elf costume at Walmart. How did he expense all of that? I thought he was broke. They can't even celebrate Christmas without being perverts. Why are MAGA obsessed with sex? Republicans are still weird. Someone posting what I assume is the actual label saying, warning, don't drink Rudy coffee if you value telling the truth. do drink Rudy Coffee, if you like to touch females inappropriately, because when you drink Rudy Coffee, they let you do it. And possibly my favorite straight trio right here, I am so happy to see Rudy hard at work to pay off his debts while staying broke. This looks like a very bad acid trip, and she's a very, very brave woman. I mean, there are too many good ones to go through. I'm just going to leave these up here if you want to pause the video and read these for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this little Christmas gift as much as I did. And if you did, let me know what you think in those comments down below. Drop a like and subscribe to Really American. Because folks, I have never seen a fall off as hard as Rudy Giuliani. He went from mayor for life to the cover of Time to the GOP candidate for president to being disbarred, broke, and selling coffee. But I can assure you, he is definitely not good to the last drop. Happy holidays, folks. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Well, it turned out exactly as I expected. He ruled against us on everything. Also, the trial he set down for the period of time during President Trump's inauguration, he really doesn't need to have it because he's going to rule against it. If you were sitting in that courtroom and couldn't figure it out, you're stupid. This is punishment. It's punishment for being the one who revealed, first, Joe Biden's 30-year criminality. I'm the one who revealed it, nobody else. He hated me since then. He's been trying to torture me, stop me, take everything away from me since then. Anyone associated with me. Then, of course, the real indignity was, I'm the one who produced the laptop for the New York Post. I love the New York Post, but they have forgotten that. Half the cases I convicted people, and I tried the most significant cases in this courthouse in the 20th century and prosecuted them and convicted them. And they were like real criminals, organized crime, terrorists, Wall Street, massive crooks who covered $2 billion for the federal government from Milken and Boesky. I prosecuted Nazis. What do they prosecute now? Republicans. Or people like Adams who criticize Biden and then they go after him for upgrading his tickets. This case against me is a totally phony case in front of a judge even worse than him. The judge I'm going to have the motion for contempt in has the heaviest record for sentencing J6 people. Nobody sentenced them to jail for long. When she was the chief judge, she told the other judges they weren't given heavy enough sentences. Did I have a fair trial? I didn't have a trial. Half the time she was threatening to throw me in jail, like he is vaguely doing. Meanwhile, he said something that's totally untrue. I'm not worried about Mr. Giuliani having... The reality is, I have no cash. It's all tied up. So right now, if I wanted to call a taxi cab, I can't do it. I don't have a credit card. I don't have a checking account.